Welcome to another episode of People in HD. Today I have a familiar face, Carly Haynie.
What up, y'all?
We're going to be answering a few of y'all's questions today. You sent them on Instagram and Facebook, so we're just going to jump right into it and start answering these questions. The first one that I got that I wanted to answer, look at me playing music already in the video. Like, this is ridiculous. The first one that I got this question a few times actually. Where do you see yourself in 5 years versus 10 years? And what are your? It is tough. It is a tough question because I don't even know what I'm doing next week. So,
I don't even know what I'm doing tonight.
So and then they also ask, most people that ask that question also ask me like, what are your short-term goals versus your long-term goals? Yeah. So I think that's an easier one to answer. I don't know. In 5 years, I kind of want to be doing more stuff like in the video world than photography. Photography is cool and everything, and I had a lot of fun doing it so far. But I think I want to try more filmmaking in the next 5 years. I definitely having my own like official business, like being my own LLC in the next 5 years. Man, I want to start working with cars again. I miss working with cars so much.
I feel like that's your identity.
It's fun seeing people get married and stuff, but like I got into this for cars.
Yeah.
So
that's where you started.
So I definitely want to go back over on that side and play with expensive cars again. In 10 years, I don't know, because in 10 years I'm gonna be 34 years old. And everybody knows that by the time I turn 30, I want to be like the best version of myself. Everybody knows I want to be the cool dad. So in 10 years, I do want to have a son. I do want to have a son in the next 10 years. Just one kid, not more than that. I can't imagine raising
so much responsibility.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility just watching myself.
Oh yeah.
So I can't imagine like having to wake up 3 kids and put their clothes on and
pack their lunch,
make sure they don't starve to death. Like no, I can't do that.
It's a lot of mouths to feed.
So I do want to have a son, of course, be married. I don't want to be a baby.
What if it's a daughter though?
That's cool. That's cool. I prefer it to be a son because I want a jersey. I want my son to leave the hospital in a jersey.
I mean, a girl could live in the jersey too.
She could, but it loses the effect.
Okay.
It's gonna lose the effect.
I respect that.
It's gonna lose the. I mean, it could be a pink one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Adrian is gonna be. It has to be first. Okay.
Or Adriana.
Or Adriana. If I have a daughter, her name's gotta be Michelle. Cause my mom's middle name is Michelle.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I want a kid in the next 10 years.
In the next 10 years.
I want a kid in the next 10 years. I want to be married to whoever gives birth to that kid in the next 10 years. I don't want to be a baby daddy. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, I'm just not meant to be a baby daddy.
I love it.
I don't know. I want to be healthier in the next 10 years. Like I really want to stop eating trash, drive-through food in the next 10 years.
As I just take a drink out of a Whataburger cup.
I want to be a lot healthier in the next 10 years. I always told people that when I get 30, I'm gonna be built like LeBron James, and I'm sticking to it.
Are you gonna be as tall as LeBron James?
No. Okay. I just want to be. I don't want to be able to fit through the door all the way.
Okay. You gotta turn sideways.
Yeah, you gotta turn sideways to get in the door. I want to be ripped in 10 years, and in 10 years I'm gonna watch this video back, and I'm still gonna be built like a pencil. And yeah, so. I don't know. In the next 10 years, for real though, I do want to have like, I don't know, a little more stability, because I feel like I'm living up to like the typical like youth personality of just kind of like being everywhere. Like I'll just get up and go places like without thinking. I kind of want to be like more stable, like more like home based in 10 years. I would still love to be working in IT 10 years from now too. Like I love doing that stuff just as much as I love doing like photography and videography stuff. So. Even if I'm, still doing the IT thing and doing photography on the side, that's cool. Yeah. In 10 years, I just want to have the stability to do both 100%, yeah. Because now I really can't do photography 100% right now because, 8 a.m. to like 5, I'm at work.
You're busy.
So I want to be able to do that 100% in 10 years. But in 5 years, I'm chilling. Because I'm only going to be like, 29? I'm still going to be chilling.
Yeah, you're going to still be in your
In 5 years, I'm going to be chilling. Probably going to have a Corvette, though. Probably gonna have a Corvette in 5 years. We're gonna be honest. Like, if anything happens in 5 or 10 years, just know I'm gonna have a Corvette.
Okay.
I may not be married and I may not have a son.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
But I'm gonna have a Corvette.
Okay.
Long-term goals, stability. Short-term goals, Corvette.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. 5 years. I mean, I like what I do. Shopper marketing is not necessarily a passion by any means, but I do love my job and the people I work with. It's a fun environment to be in. But I think the goal, whether it's 5 years or 10 years, would be total freelance. I would, design, for my own clients rather than like the company that I work for. And I would love to do more murals. I know I just kind of started that, but I feel like that's a passion that I didn't know I had.
The first one was dope. Let's take a second. Let's talk about that first one.
Yeah.
Because that first one was dope.
It was dope. That was so much work,
that was
though.
Dope.
It was on concrete blocks that were crazy textured, and it was impossible to get like a full layer of paint. I can't tell you how many layers of paint we put on there. But Lori, shout out Lori.
I saw you out there working.
She was a saint and helped me get that project knocked out. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. I learned a lot throughout that first process, and I can only imagine that if I continue to do murals, I'll continue to learn more. I've already got another one in the works. So so I would love to have more murals, either 5 or 10 years, and ideally, Carly Haynie designs be like a full-time thing.
It has to be. Has to be. You don't have a choice.
I don't really care if I'm married or if I have kids by then. That's not really like a goal necessarily of mine. But I want to be happy. Not that I'm not happy now, but like I just want to continue to live a happy life and continue to just do the things I want to do, and not let anything stop that.
I think honestly what you said just then, it goes into my answer for the next question, which is like, what do you find that motivates you day to day, and how you keep like the flame burning? I think it's just because I live such a simple life. Like I'm already happy. Yeah. I'm happy when I haven't done everything I want to do yet. And so like I don't really have trouble finding motivation because I'm just chilling. Yeah. Like I'm not really like overthinking this too much. Like even now, like that I started this YouTube channel, everybody's been telling me like how to monetize it. And I'm like, man, I'm chilling right now. Like I'm just making the stuff
for fun.
Yeah, I'm just like just doing the stuff right now. Like even though like we sitting here with like a couple $1,000s worth of equipment, like I should probably be trying to find a way to monetize this. So because we spending a lot of money to make this stuff, but at the same time, it's like you kind of just grow up and like your hobbies just generally become more expensive because you're an adult. But, so it doesn't really bother me that I have to spend money to make the things that I want to make, because that's just what you love to do. Like you just love to do this stuff, so you just make it. But yeah, I think that's what motivates me, is just the fact that I can make stuff that nobody else has made before. Like somebody's definitely recorded a Q&A before. For sure. Like they've done it a million times. You can search Q&A on YouTube and watch videos for 7 years straight. But this one right here, this did not exist before we sat down and recorded it. And I think that's what motivates me, because every time I pick up my camera, that happens. There's something new. You're creating something new. And I'm happy doing that. Like it's not a chore for me to create things anymore. Like last year, like when I took that little break for like 4 or 5 months, that's when like photography was such a chore. Because I was so worried about like, can I make money like everybody else does? Yeah. Like, when am I gonna go full time? When am I gonna have this camera? When am I gonna have these clients and do this stuff? And then I kind of just chilled out. And then all the clients came. They come to you. Yeah, they came to you. So it's like, it's funny how that works. You'll be chilling and not have any work, and then all of a sudden you've got like 6 projects going on at once. You're like, oh my god. Now I want to be chilling. Why weren't these spaced out more? Yeah, but like, I think that's the coolest thing, is like once you learn how to just become better at what you're doing, you get happy like with just the process. And then the process starts to motivate you, like the setup of whatever you're doing, whether it's photography or even design. Just like that whole process is what motivates me. Just like setting it up and then seeing it all come to life. Like once I'm playing this back and I'm editing this, I'm gonna be so happy just sitting there doing it. Yeah. And probably won't make a dime from it, but it's like that, just keeping that simplicity in life and just enjoying what I do, that's what motivates me to keep going. Yeah, you have to create for yourself, or else you definitely get burned out, because if you're just constantly creating for other people, I'm lucky in some of the clients that I have, they kind of just let me do whatever I want, which is very rare. Yeah. But I mean, I still have those ones that they know exactly what they want. They come to me, they're like, this is what I want. And I don't have a whole lot of creative freedom within that, which is fine, because I mean, it goes both ways. But I think if you surround yourself with too many clients that know exactly what they want, then you kind of start to forget like who you are as a creative person. Yeah. You said it. And right, so you have to keep, even if it's just like carving out like an afternoon or something
to just like doodle, or for me design, just doodle, or just, you know, make just like a little character or something that is for me. It's not for anyone else. I'm not gonna make money off of it. It's just to like express myself in that way. And another thing, you know, it's not hard to find inspiration. Like you get on Instagram and it's right there. I mean, it's like right in front of you. So I feel like in this day and age, like we're so lucky to, I mean, we literally, I can walk out the front door and there's inspiration.
There's inspiration. Yeah. Well, I think that's another thing too. I think people are looking more for like their outline than their inspiration. I think people are trying more to find like things that they can replicate than just finding things that they can like build off of like, on their own. No, for real, like finding like motivation, like don't try to like don't do something that's just popular. Like do something that you want to do, even if that trend is already past. If you still want to do that, like if that's what makes you go create something, just do that. Like it's that easy as going outside and there it is. There's your motivation. Yeah. The sky is motivation for me half the time. If I look up and the clouds are nice outside, I want to shoot like immediately. Yeah. I don't care what it is. And just finding like those motivation in the simple stuff. Because all the big epic stuff is not gonna happen most of the time. That's why it's epic, you know, because it doesn't happen that often. And finding like the inspiration in the simple stuff, like it lets you create more often too. Yeah. Versus like me, you know, trying to chase, you know, Lamborghinis and Bentleys down the highway all the time. You know, like sometimes you just got to shoot a Camry or take a picture of people getting engaged or, you know, something like that.
It's good practice though. It's always for when you do get that opportunity to shoot the Lambo.
Because you still got to be ready. Yeah. You still got to be ready all the time.
Got to stay on your toes.
So don't sit around and not do anything just because you're not, just because you don't get that perfect opportunity or that perfect subject to create. I think you should just go create anyway, just off of anything. 100%. Somebody asked me, what was the end goal for NHD? The end goal for NHD is to make $5 million. No, I'm kidding. I do want to make millions of dollars with it. But the end goal for NHD, I don't think there is an end goal because I don't want it to end. Yeah. I think I just kind of want to create cool stuff until I'm not able to do that anymore. And hopefully that won't be until I die. I want to be creating. I want to be a 75-year-old man with a camera out, you know, just creating stuff. That's really just the goal in general for NHD, is just to create cool stuff. Yeah. You know, I always felt weird like in the beginning because I didn't have some like super complicated like why I did stuff. I grew up watching like action movies all the time, and everything in the action movie really happened for no reason. Like just so they could make the movie 2 hours long, you know, like something would explode or a car would flip. And it didn't really add to the story. It just made like that little sequence that much more intense. And when you leave the movie theater, like you remember that cool part, you know. Of course, you remember the whole movie because I mean, you paid your money to sit there for 3 hours and watch the movie. But when that cool part happens, like that's the part you remember. And I just want to be the guy that creates the cool parts in all the movies. I like that. You know? I just want to make the cool stuff, and that's another reason why I'm always so motivated because that's such a simple part. Like that's the most simple part of the movie right there. Like writing the whole movie out is so complicated because you have to think of all these moving parts. Yeah. Just making the cool stuff is just that.
It's just making it that much better.
It's just making it that much better. It's like just putting the icing on the cake. And I kind of think that's what NHD is. Like it takes people that already have like this cool thing going. Like I keep going back to like the marriages and stuff because that's such a good example. But like these two people already love each other. They're already like just made for each other, and then they come to me and they want me to show that.
And you get to capture it.
They've already done 90% of the work by falling in love. You know what I'm saying? Like they're already in love.
That's a good example.
And so now all I have to do is just make it look cool by taking them to, you know, a nice looking field with the sun in the right place and pressing some buttons. Yeah. And that's what NHD does. It's not that complicated. It's not, you know, it's not crazy, but we make everything look crazy. Most of the time I'm just making cool stuff.
Winging it.
That's the goal for NHD. It's like whenever I make something that's not cool, that's when you know I'm messing up. Everything I make isn't like that, you know, because like you said, you have clients that tell you what to do. Yeah. And you can't stray away from that. That's part of it. But whenever I'm sitting down with clients, I try to stress to them exactly what I just said. It's like that's what my brand is for. And you know, I've turned down so many things just because it didn't really correlate with what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it doesn't line up with what you want.
They were paying and everything, but it's like I'm not scared to turn down anything because it doesn't align with what I do. But in short, the goal is just to keep creating cool stuff forever. That's it.
Forever and ever.
What's your end goal for Carly Haynie Designs?
I don't know.
What's the end goal?
There's not an end goal. I like
Right.
what you said. Like, I don't want it to end.
I don't want it to end.
You know, a lot of people, I feel like they go to school, they get an education, and then they work until they're ready to retire. And then they don't do anything that's related to what they've done after they retire. And I don't know that I could ever just give up designing.
Yeah.
You know, I've loved creating ever since I was ever since I can remember as a kid. You know, I remember getting this it was like this giant briefcase thing that had every color marker, colored pencil, paint. It had everything, and I just thought that was the coolest gift ever because it was like endless things to create with. So yeah, I don't want there to be an end goal at all.
Right.
I just want to continue
keep going.
creating, I guess, learning the new programs as they come out that, you know, make it easier to create and keep going, I guess.
I'm gonna let you answer this next one first. Who is your idol?
Idol. Oh my God.
Who is your idol? I think I know which one you want to say, but I'm gonna let you say it.
Who is my idol?
Cause
That's
I see
loaded question.
I see him hanging up like on the wall back here and like above the fireplace.
Yeah.
I see that guy.
But
He's one of mine too.
he is a good one. So I've got JFK basically in every room of my house. I think I don't look up to him as an idol as much as I am fascinated with like everything that happened to him and like how he died, and like there's so many theories and no one actually knows what happened, and I just geek out about that. But idol wise, it would probably be I look up to my mom.
Yes.
I mean, she's just like, so she's such a badass. Like I want to be Lori when I grow up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do too. I do too.
She's so cool. And like I've never seen her not be able to do something.
Yeah.
She just like faces life head on. She doesn't know how to do it. She figures out how to do it and knocks it out. And I mean, that's all you can do in life.
No, I will say that every time I do see your mom, she's doing something.
Yeah.
Like she's never just sitting down like in the background. She's always doing something.
Yeah, she's always front and center and like ready to take charge, and yeah, she's a badass.
She reminds me a lot of my mom too. Because my mom is never sitting down. She's always like the doing person. She's always gonna get it done. My idols, I got so many idols. I don't know. I guess my first idol ever was my dad, of course.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of like how your mom was. Like he always found a way to get something done, and he wasn't the type to. I guess I can just say he was very tough. Like he's not very aggressive all the time, but he's very tough in the sense that it takes a lot to break him.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
He can do a lot with just a little bit. And I always admire that because I still haven't like mastered that yet. I always feel like if there's something out there that can make whatever I'm doing like easier, I'm gonna go for that first. But my dad is like the kind of person that will go for the thing that, you know, he can kind of maximize like what it does first. And I think that's a very I guess not just admirable but unique trait to a person, because these days everybody looks for like just that easy route.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a way he kind of accepts a harder route sometimes because it might be a little bit more rewarding.
Yeah.
And so I definitely respect that about him, and I try to take it from him whenever I can. But I'm just so lazy. Like that's one thing that differs about me and my dad is he's not lazy at all. And I'm always lazy. I'm the laziest person in the world. That's why I'm an IT person. Like I don't want to do anything.
You just sit at your computer all day.
I want to be a potato. But yeah, that's like my first idol ever. And then came Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
And Kobe Bryant is my idol because I dream of being that competitive.
Yeah.
I just can't I'm such a friendly person. I can never be like Kobe Bryant.
I'm not a super competitive person either. Like if you beat me, cool.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I don't really
lost?
care.
What? I was having fun the whole time. 8th grade, I'm telling you a story. 8th grade basketball, we lost every single game, and I was the happiest loser on the court. I felt so good because I was having the time of my life out there in my little uniform.
You're with your friends.
Look, I look good in my uniform losing, scoring 0 points. I looked amazing out there, okay? Had a haircut every game for nothing. Just to lose.
Ready to go.
But I want to be like Kobe Bryant so much because he's just a monster. Like he was such a beast just you didn't want to play against him. Like he was just determined to eat you alive on the court. And I've never, it's very rare that I feel like that when I'm doing something against like another team or another person. Like I just don't, that emotion just doesn't happen within me for some reason. Like I'm not that guy. But I want to be, because I see the advantage of it, because he kind of created this this attitude, I guess, amongst like himself and the people around him, that when you played with him, you wanted to be better. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what I miss from not being competitive, is that sometimes I create an environment for people where they feel like they can be lazy around me. And they don't understand that I'm lazy, yeah, but also like I be getting my done. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Cause my mama watching this. My mama was watching. I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Just put like that.
Yeah, put a little beep in it. Like,
do you like procrastinate and then wait till the last minute to get it done?
I halfway procrastinate. I'll do all the heavy stuff first, and then I'll put the easy stuff off to like last minute, because I know I can do that.
That makes sense.
But in college, it was like 100% procrastination. But I think I kind of just, I don't know, I'm just really like, I guess like the simplicity kind of gets the best of me sometimes, where it becomes more of like, when people around me are supposed to be working, they end up just hanging out, because it just becomes like that kind of environment. But when I see Kobe Bryant, I don't see anybody chilling when they're working out with him. Everybody's going their absolute hardest. Anytime I watched him play, nobody was just chilling. They were always going their hardest. And I feel like that's something that competitive people really have like an advantage over people that aren't competitive, is that they always have like this sense of like urgency and like intensity
to get stuff done.
Yes.
Yeah.
They may be like the most unpleasant people to be around most of the time. I want to get more competitive in a good way, and kind of create that environment where people feel like the need to get things done around
the need to grind.
Yeah. I guess him, my dad, and I don't know, maybe Jamie Foxx.
That's a good one.
Maybe Jamie Foxx. If I had his level of success, I feel like I would be like him. So I feel like that's why he's an idol of mine, because I feel like I would just like,
you can relate to him,
take on his personality if I was at his level.
Right.
So
I get that.
Shout out to all my idols that I'll never meet, two of y'all. So
you might, you don't know. Let's do a shout out to Whataburger.
Right? I need this sponsorship bad, man. It's sold out. Would you ever consider travel photography? I don't know. Travel photography is weird because I'm not a big travel person.
You don't like to travel?
Like, I be wanting to go to like my certain little places, and then I'm good with going back home. Like, I have like 5 places I want to go right now, and after I go to those places, I'm good.
What are they?
For one is Colorado. Anywhere in Colorado.
Gorgeous. Yes.
Anywhere in Colorado.
Okay. And the weather's ideal right now.
I'll probably go back to like after I go this first time, hopefully this year. I'm probably going back a bunch of times, because the landscapes they shoot out there are just amazing.
They're unreal.
I want to go to Nice in Italy, Toronto, Canada.
I feel like that's basic.
I feel like Toronto's getting kind of basic now, because it's like a popular place to go now. But I still want to go, just because it's like the only place I want to go in Canada. I really want to go to Africa, because I feel like that's like the best place if I want to go shoot like some real outdoor stuff. Yeah. Like some legit exotic animals and stuff.
Have you seen the, it's like a giraffe hotel where, so I think it's in Kenya, and basically there's this room with these giant windows that open up, and you're sitting at the table, and it'd be like we're sitting having breakfast, and there's a window right here, and giraffes just walk up, and you can feed the giraffes while you're eating.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now,
it's dope.
If I see a giraffe come through my window, I'm probably gonna scream first before I get excited about it, because I'm scared of horses. I don't know if you know this or not.
And giraffes are just like horses with long necks.
Horses with long necks, and that's scary. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. There's a horse with long.
Did something happen?
No, they got big heads.
Like, but they're so gentle.
That's what they say.
There's occasionally the one that's like a wild, untamed horse, but you're not gonna come across one of those like.
It's like when people say, "Oh, the spider is more scared of you than you are."
No, I don't mess with spiders.
Exactly.
I'm gonna kill it. I don't care.
I don't mess with horses. Because think about it, a horse's head is like that big.
They got big teeth too.
Exactly.
Could like chomp you.
Exactly. I'm scared of horses. So a giraffe to me does not sound like a good time.
Okay.
But at first, I would have to try it, of course. I'll have to try this.
I'll have to show you a picture of it.
That's a cool concept, you know.
Yeah.
For people that like.
Because it's like on the second story.
Yeah.
So the giraffes just walk up, and it's like they're just right there.
Also, that's kind of flashy. Like, how many people can say they ate with a giraffe?
I don't know. I feel like you have to be rich to
you can stunt.
stay there.
You can stunt with that. You come back to Texas and like,
That's about to be my profile picture for the rest of my life. I'm never changing that.
I don't know. I want to go to Africa. I don't know what part I would want to go to. South Africa is like the touristy part. But I kind of, if I'm going to Africa, I kind of don't want to go to a touristy part.
No, I would want to know like the culture of it and experience legit Africa.
And that's the thing. Like, it's such a huge continent with like so many different cultures.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So I think to really experience it, you got to go back a bunch of times. So I guess
just make like a month-long trip out of it and stop.
Take a chunk out of your life and just go for like maybe 1 or 2 months. That'd be cool. If I could do something right now, that'd be cool. And I don't know. I've kind of wanted to go like to like the Netherlands and like Sweden and stuff. The landscapes out there are crazy too. I don't know. I'm definitely not going to Australia. I've never wanted to go there.
Really?
Never wanted to go to Australia because I'm scared of spiders and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and they've got those like monster spiders.
And you know what? It's not even just the fact that the spiders are bigger than life. It's the fact that they're so calm about it over there.
It's just like another Tuesday.
Yeah, and I feel like if something happened to me over there, nobody would take it serious because this is just how they live.
Yeah.
With these big, humongous spiders outside with names and social security numbers. I'm not going over there.
I think it'd be cool to go to the zoo that the crocodile hunters family has.
Is it in Australia?
Yeah, I think so. And they do they still run it, I think, and they'll do different shows with like the gators and.
That'd be cool. I don't know. I need to get over all my fears. I'm scared of everything. You
gotta face it head on.
Like, I'm scared of life. Like, I feel like I need somebody to just like put a spider in my hand. Like,
what is your biggest fear? Like,
oh man, it doesn't even exist. That's the crazy thing about it. So, I had this list, right, of like my most like things that like my most like, I don't know if you would call them like scary things, but just like the most unfortunate things that could ever happen to a person.
Okay. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, just like the absolute worst thing that could ever happen in this situation. And I used to be scared when I was little that when I was sitting in the bathtub, the bottom was gonna fall out and I would be in the ocean, and I would just be.
But as a kid, you didn't realize that that's not how
that's
the world works.
not the world. That's not how the world works. Because you can't.
That's
build
terrifying. Though.
Exactly. Like, what if you just in the shower, the bottom fall out of your tub, and now you in the Atlantic Ocean
with some sharks.
With sharks, and you naked.
That's it.
Which is my next one is getting robbed while I'm naked.
They don't have anything to rob.
But I mean, like in my house. Like, what if somebody broke in my house and I was naked? That's a big fear.
I wonder. I mean, that's happened to someone.
It had to have happened to somebody.
Like, I wonder how the robber reacted. Like, did they freak out?
If I'm a robber, I gotta stay focused because I done already broke into this house. If I get caught, I'm going to jail.
Robbers aren't the most bright people.
They're not, which is ironic because you would think, to be a robber, you got to be kind of smart.
Yeah, I feel like they would. I feel like there's someone there that would just panic and like turn around and run away.
That's why when I hear people say, "Oh, I sleep naked," I was like, "What if somebody break in?" And then you gotta find clothes to put on first.
Yeah.
By that time, you either shot or robbed.
Or if there's like not even if someone broke in, like what if your house catches on fire?
What if the house catch on fire and then
you gotta run?
Burn. Now your clothes on fire.
You gotta run outside and just stand in the road.
Fam. That's why I need to get in the gym because then that won't be a problem because then I'll look amazing.
You just flaunt it.
Boom.
You just be like, "Oh, my house is on fire."
My house is on fire. Like, look at my body though. I don't even care about the house. I don't even care about the house. Somebody gonna give me another one because I look so good. Another fear I had was I felt like I was gonna get like flung off the earth. Like one day gravity would just give up and I would just
but you only, no one else.
Just me for some reason.
Just like in the space that you're standing in.
I'm just out there. I'm scared of space, but I love it.
I love space too, and the thought of it terrifies me. Like there's that movie, I don't think I've even seen. I think is it Interstellar where they get like disconnected
stuck, right?
or whatever. I haven't seen it because honestly, the thought of that gives me so much anxiety.
I used to at my old job. My first job that I got out of college, it was just like a desk job. So I would sit and like listen to YouTube videos about like outer space and stuff. And the reason like that I really have a fear about it is because like no matter how many of these videos you watch, the conclusion is always the same thing. It's just like we don't know.
The unknown.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that nobody knows.
Yeah.
And it's like but it's a good kind of scary though. Like it's like the fear, like the respect kind of fear. And it's kind of like the same fear I have of like of water.
Yeah, the ocean's kind of terrifying.
I think my fear of water is like more of a respect thing because I don't know how to swim. For one, I cannot swim.
You can't swim?
I can't swim. I can't swim. You threw me in the pool right now, I'm dying immediately. I'm dead.
Adrian.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
You're telling me you're 24 years old and you don't
24
know how to
years
swim?
old and I don't know how to swim.
Have you ever been in a swimming pool?
I have.
But you like stay in the shallow
Yeah, because
part?
I'm 6'1", so I'm good. And I never tried to learn. And there was this one dude that my dad used to work with. His name was Mike. He was the only person to ever get me into like deep water.
But he was like holding you?
Yeah, he was holding me, had me on the shoulders.
I had a swimming pool at the house that I like grew up in as a child. So my parents put me in swim lessons like ASAP.
Never did.
So I'm like a fish.
Never did that. You throw me in.
God.
You throw me in water right now that's like 7 feet. I'm
You're
out of
gone.
there. I'm done.
I mean, all you have to do is like cup your hands.
People make it seem so easy. I swear, y'all.
And
People that know how to swim make it seem so easy. Like
It's
y'all,
just like riding
y'all
a
get on my
bike.
nerves. Like y'all make it seem like it's just so easy, just to get in there and swim.
It is. We got to work on this.
No, we don't. We don't have to work
This is
on
my
this.
new.
I went kayaking for the first time my senior year of college, right?
That's
And
living on the edge if you don't know how to swim, dude.
boy, I was scared.
Yeah, because that thing can tip over so easy.
I was freaking out. More than the story is,
You're never learning how
I
to swim.
never learned how to swim, and water is a no. We staying out the water.
I'm so mad I didn't take that class now.
Yeah, you would enjoy it.
I would have
You
loved
would enjoy
everything
it.
about that. I don't even know what I took as a PE class.
Man, and the other one I took was like a running class with this crazy old lady.
I would have never signed up for that.
That was a crazy old lady. All the girls were never fine though. So like,
So you loved it.
I loved it. I was tired every day, and I probably lost 10 pounds. But it was a great class.
I would have taken something like bowling, probably.
They had it.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
ever have it. Just I didn't ever
They
have
had
to
it.
take it, so I didn't worry about it.
I don't know why I had to take it. I was like a business major, so I don't know why I had to take
I think
it.
they took one of my classes from UNT when I transferred.
Okay. Oh yeah. Did you transfer from UNT your?
I went to UNT
Summer?
for 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. In short, travel photography, yes. Water, no.
Oh my god, I forgot that's what the question was.
Travel photography, yes. Water,
Oh
no. Keep me out the water. If we do travel, I'm not getting in the water, and I'm not letting the giraffes come in my dinner time.
Yeah.
The first
okay.
time, anyway. They can come like after I get
you
used
get
to
used to them.
Yeah, I gotta get used to them. But giraffes are
that.
scary. That's nightmare fuel for me. I think about giraffes.
Never
and they
thought about how they're
bro,
basically horses.
Giraffes. One thing I did not know about giraffes, they are so fast.
Are they?
They are incredibly fast.
Have you ever thought about how pointless their neck is?
It's
Like,
stupid.
what's the point of it being so long?
It just makes me think about how tall trees used to be. Cause I feel like when they like first became a thing, like when they first came out.
They just showed up
when
on
they
Earth
first-
one
when they
day.
first- like somebody like made a giraffe in a lab
Yeah.
or something. But like I guess when they first like became a species, like there had to be a point. Like for like there had to be a reason.
There was
why.
a reason for sure.
Somebody is watching this video right now, and
they're gonna call us
No,
out.
they're about to make a long neck joke. And if you put that in the comments on this video, I'm blocking you, because it's gonna be Wes. Wes, if you watching this right now, you about to type a giraffe joke in the comments. Stop.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, bro.
Just
Don't
keep
do
it to yourself.
Be the bigger person this time. Don't make that joke. What is my dream shoot? My dream shoot. I really just want to follow Drake around on tour and shoot.
That'd be a dope.
That's it. I just want him to take me like maybe like 30 cities and just shoot.
Because you could shoot the city during the day and then shoot the concert.
Yeah,
at
and then
night.
shoot the concert in the night and shoot him around the city
Yeah.
during the day. I think that would be my dream shoot because I could shoot so many of my favorite things in one. Like it wouldn't just be Drake, it'd be other
Yeah.
celebrities too, and then there'd be all the cars there, and then there'd be the city, then the concert
It's
itself.
literally your dream wrapped into one package.
Wrapped into one package, and then I don't have to pay for it, and I get paid to do it. So
That's the dream.
that's the dream. So that'll definitely be my dream shoot. Either that or shooting a documentary about Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that would be cool too.
If I could shoot a documentary about him, even though there's already like 3, I think. If I could shoot like even just something like this, where I just ask him like questions like that aren't related to basketball, that would be a dream, right there.
Just sit down with them. That would be so cool. I don't get into basketball, but I would I would
dope.
appreciate that.
That would be dope. Or even honestly, if I could do something with either LeBron James or Kevin Love, those
Dude,
two.
I love Kevin
Those
Love.
two. I like Kevin Love a lot too. I like him. honestly, I like him just as much as I like LeBron.
He seems like such a cool dude.
And I think they've added a lot to the NBA too.
Yeah.
Especially Kevin Love, like with his recent,
the
recent
mental
health thing.
Yeah.
That was dope. I think that's probably like, somebody's gonna probably rip me in the comments for saying this, but I put that on the same level as like how Allen Iverson kind of changed like how basketball looks now, how players are more, I guess, expressive with the way they dress and their personalities. I think Kevin Love kind of like, and it may not have just been like him alone, but I think
he was kind of the face of it.
He was kind of the face because he was probably the biggest, athlete to say something about it. I think him doing that with mental health is kind of the same as what Allen Iverson did with like just like the culture of basketball. So I think that'd be cool to work on something with him.
That would
maybe
be cool.
A documentary about mental health or something like that. That'd be dope.
Because then you could bring in like other, like it wouldn't even have to just be athletes, just like singers or actors or whatever that suffer from that too.
Yeah, because
not suffer, but
deal
with it.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. And I think people get it confused sometimes. Like mental health has to be like a crazy person, but I think we all have to like deal with our mental health.
Yeah,
it's a part of everybody's life
for sure.
So that's
it's
cool.
so easy to get in your head with things.
Well, so easy, and social media is not.
Yeah, it's not helping it.
All.
I think if anything, it's making it worse.
Making it 10 times worse, and so I was happy to see that happen in one of my favorite sports. Well, actually, my favorite sport so far. So, yeah. What about your dream design job? What's your dream thing to design? Nike,
shoes.
Of course, yes. We can do that together.
Shoes, man.
We can do that together. Cause I had an idea too, where if I did like got the athlete or whatever and did the photo shoot and then just let you like go off and create the ad for it. I didn't plan on saying that on camera because now people are going to expect it to happen tomorrow. So, but yeah, that is something that I did want to do for a while now. I just haven't found the right athlete for it.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool. Everybody wants to work with Nike. That's cool.
Nike's killing it. Dope. They're so good.
Nike is cool because they don't really have to make ads, but they still do.
Yeah.
And they look amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a
But
good
Adidas is also growing on me. I've got more Adidas in my closet now than I ever have before.
I'll say this about Adidas. If Nike did what Adidas is doing, they probably would have to, just because I think people do it for them already. But I like how Adidas kind of brings like more urban culture into their ad campaigns, and then like they bring it into like the shoes and the clothes themselves. I think that's so dope for Adidas. Like that's such a almost kind of an advantage over Nike because Nike doesn't do that.
But like you said, it's because they don't have to.
They don't have to because
they're the like monster age
Nike could kill
brand.
They could kill all their lifestyle stuff right now.
Yeah. And
just make it off of just selling like sports equipment to high schools because everybody wants to use Nike over anything else. So yeah, I think Adidas is dope for that.
I just like shoes. And honestly, I would design for it. And as long as I could, at the end of the day, there was a product that I could wear on my feet that I liked, I'd be here for it.
Yes. That would be dope. And now you have to do it because you said it in front of me. And you know I can't let you just not do it.
Okay, I'm going to figure out how to make that happen.
So now you got to do that. What is my favorite shoot? Or what has been my favorite shoot? I don't know because I like working with Valeria so much. I think both of my favorite shoots have been with her. She's so cool to work with. I think it's just because I don't have to filter what I want to do when I work with her. But I think that's when I work my best. Is because a lot of the things that I shoot with her could probably be kind of offensive to other people.
For sure.
Just because it's a lot more like revealing than my regular stuff that I shoot. But I think that is like the lane I would go down if I was like a portrait photographer all the way. I would lean more to like that kind of stuff.
More edgy.
Yeah, just more edgy. Not even just like naked girls all the time. But just
something different.
Yeah, just something that is just not like that's not so soft all the time. I'm gonna lean more to stuff like that, and I think that's why we create stuff that's so good together. Is because we both aren't tied to any other like organizations or entities that wouldn't like to see us do that kind of stuff. We're not gonna get in trouble for it or anything like that. So I don't know. I think the red swimsuit thing that I did with her might be one of my favorites.
Those were great shots.
That was fun. Man, I don't think it wasn't a whole photo shoot, but it was that picture of that red Audi that I shot like 2 years ago at the Circuit of Americas. When I edit the video, I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Right here.
This one right here. And it was cool. Actually, you know what? I want to look at it now. Where is that picture? It's like my favorite picture ever because, and honestly, it was like, it's a good example of the fact that you don't need a really expensive camera to shoot crazy cool things. Cause that I took that with my it was that one. Whenever it pops up.
Oh yeah.
I took that with like an entry level, like Canon Rebel. And
that was one of the ones that you showed the like before and after, right?
Yeah, when I built it up and everything.
Yeah.
That was I shot that in like 5 minutes because everybody kicked me out of there. I wasn't supposed to be in there. And
that's a sick shot.
I shot that with a Canon T5, which is like, I think you can get one of those for like $200 now. And like a kit lens that was made out of plastic and was kind of going out on me at the time. It was like halfway working and like a cheap eBay light. And I just shot it, and it came out. It's probably like my favorite picture ever.
Yeah, and that's an awesome shot.
And I think it's going on like 2 years old. So that's probably one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
It wasn't a full photo shoot, but it was like my favorite photo ever. I don't know. I think those might be my two. My red swimsuit with Valeria and that R8 picture.
Both red.
Both red. Anything red, that's the key right there. What advice do you have for?
I don't like giving advice.
Up and coming photographers? I hate these questions. Like, it's not because I don't want to like help anybody.
No, I just don't feel like I'm in a place to give advice.
Yes, I feel like the best advice I give is just like when I post and like when people look back at my old stuff compared to my new stuff.
Yeah.
Like the advice is kind of in the work kind of thing. But I guess honestly, I do have a lot of advice now because of the things that I messed up on. I guess because I used to mess up a lot. And
that's how you learn.
I used to mess up a lot. I messed everything up. Everything you can think of, I messed it up before. I don't know, but my first piece of advice, only follow people that make you want to go shoot. Like if you follow a person and you're constantly like comparing yourself to them, and when you see their work, it discourages you. Either learn how to be inspired by that or just unfollow that person. Always like be like seeking like to be inspired by other people's work, and don't get discouraged when somebody creates something that's better than yours.
Yeah. Because
somebody's always going to do that.
Oh, always.
Even when you get to like the peak of whatever you can do, there's going to be a guy that does
out there that are killing it better as well.
Yeah. And that's like the number one thing is learn how to take inspiration from everything rather than getting down on yourself because it's not as good as that thing or whatever you're creating isn't as good as that thing. That's the biggest thing as a photographer, as a new photographer.
Yeah.
Because a long time ago, people didn't have Instagram. So It took a lot more effort to compare yourself to other people. But now, as soon as you turn your phone on,
it's so easy.
You can compare it to 40 different people in like 5 minutes. So
Moose is being so loud.
Moose,
lay down.
Why are you interrupting this deep philosophical question that I'm trying to answer right now?
Please look how cute.
Moose, what's your advice for up and coming dogs who are trying to be
to be the goodest boys ever?
Oh my goodness, did you just give me a pump?
Moose, chill out, my dude.
Advice. Don't compare yourself.
Yeah. I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But I think my piece of advice Moose is killing me with that freaking tennis ball. My piece of advice would be to surround yourself with like-minded people that just like as creators, like just surround yourself with a group of people that want to create and that you can do stuff like this, like just collaborate and going back to creating for yourself. I think it's really important to surround yourself with people that want to keep creating, and that kind of goes back to that question again, like that inspires you. Like if you're surrounded by people that are creating, then you're going to be inspired to also create.
Yes, and keep creating for yourself is a good one. I'm glad you said that because a lot of times I see new people come in and they immediately want to monetize it so fast and they want to turn it into a business so quickly because it is a lot easier to start a business nowadays. Like it's easy to start a portfolio. It's easy to get clients. It's not easy. I ain't gonna say it's easy, but it's something that you can actually plan for now. Like it's not out of reach. And so people want to do that so fast, and social media kind of has mystified it so much to where people think that, okay, since I started this and I made something, that I should be a business, when a lot of times people should focus more on mastering what they've done or what they're trying to do versus
master it before you like try to turn it into a business.
And I know that's hard, because to master things you need the right tools, and the right tools cost money. And
you just have to take baby steps.
Yeah, you gotta inch your way into it. I mean, this is my third camera that I've had. Like my first camera was cheap. My second camera was honestly worse. Like my second camera was worse than my first one. But I could show people side by side pictures right now. From all three of those cameras, and you couldn't tell which one took which. And that's another thing. That's the biggest advice a photographer could give you, is that it's not about the camera. It is 100% not about the camera. Unless you're a videographer, then it kind of is about the camera a little bit. But as far as photography goes, any camera that's out right now is really good. Most of them are really, they can do it all. It just depends on your budget and what system you want to invest in.
You just have to learn how to use.
You gotta learn how to use your stuff. That's the biggest thing. I didn't do any learning on this camera. This camera was ever since I've had this camera that I'm shooting this on right now, I've been putting into practice what I've already learned. I learned everything on my Canon Rebel, the cheapest DSLR you could buy at the time. I learned everything on that camera, and then my next two cameras was just putting that stuff into work. I wouldn't spend all my money on a camera that I was going to learn on, because you'll find out that once you learn this stuff, that my camera this might not be the camera for me. Most of the times your first camera is not going to be the one that you continue your career with. So it's better to find something that's budget friendly, learn on it, and maximize on that. Because like I said, these days even budget friendly cameras are really good. So budget friendly camera, learn all you can, buy some lenses, keep the camera for a little while longer, then make some money. Because I want you to make some money. I don't want everybody to just be out here working for free. Make some money, and then try to buy a better camera. And all the while you're doing that, learn about light. That's the most important thing to learn as a photographer. Forget about the camera and the lenses. Learn about your light, because the best photo I ever took was with a trash lens and a trash camera. And because I had a decent light on me, I was able to make a decent photo. So I think, as a photographer, you should. I'm gonna sum it all up right now and bringing it back to the point is to stop comparing yourself. Get good at what you do. Like actually learn about exposure. Actually learn about composition, and like how to pose people, how to engage with people that you shoot, and then learn about light. Honestly, I would even learn about light before I even started learning about how the camera works, like learning about different types of light and how light, shapes different subjects and stuff like that, because you can do that for free. You don't have to spend any money to do that. You can use a flashlight. You can use these kind of lights like this and learn about light. And as a photographer, that's your most important resource, is your light. Nothing else happens without your light. So that's my advice. That's my advice for up-and-coming photographers. And for up-and-coming photographers, this is the last piece of advice. It's not bad to work for free. You should do it, because a lot of times working for free means that you're creating something that you want to create. So don't stop creating for yourself. Always keep going out and taking pictures, even if you don't get paid from it, because eventually you are going to get paid from it, because we live in America and we want to make money off of everything. Somebody wants to make money off of everything. So just do it. Just keep going out and just keep doing it over and over again until you get good at it.
I think why I got into design was I knew I needed to be doing something like creative my entire life, like for a living. I knew I couldn't have like a business job or a lawyer or something. Like I'm just not cut out for that. I almost went to school for film acting though.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. This is my first time hearing that, guys.
So I was very close to going for film acting, but I didn't want to be like a starving artist. the idea of being a waitress for waiting on my big break just wasn't, it didn't appeal to me. So then I was like, well, I guess I can create art, but I didn't want to be Moose, always killing it.
Killing the vibe. Man.
Killing the vibe. I didn't want to be like a painter or that kind of thing, because I don't, you're always told like starving artists, like I said, it's a thing. And I can't. I lost my train of thought. Oh, there's money in design, and so honestly, like. I'm not gonna lie, I did it because it was a way to create and to make a living. And there's just so many different things I can do with it. I can do logo design, I can do illustration, I can do like poster design. You can, literally everything's design. Like, I mean, that label on that water bottle is design. So
somebody designed
the possibilities are endless with it, and that's why I got into it.
I think that's what keeps all creative people around, though, is that you can just do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you can do everything like this. Like, anything that you see, you can go create it.
Yeah.
If you're a creative. You know, it's something that you just can't put it down. You just cannot put it down. But
I need Moose to chill for 5 seconds. Moose, lay down.
Cars. I only got into photography to be around cars. That's it. I picked it up after so many failed attempts to buy a muscle car to build while I was in college. I never grew up doing photography, never like had an actual interest in photography until after trying so hard to get a car for myself. I picked it up to go to car shows and car meets with, just to like just to always keep my foot, in the game with cars. Just to always be around them. It gave me like that excuse to always go and just be around it and be in that environment. I didn't stay in photography for cars though, because I don't shoot a lot of cars now.
Right.
I hardly ever like do automotive stuff anymore, even though that's my favorite thing to shoot still to this day. It's my favorite thing to create around, like even when I get to create just scenes like involving like automotive stuff, that's my favorite still. But I got into I got into photography strictly for cars. I did not get into it for anything else, just to be around cars. That's it. But it spawned into so many other things, because after I stopped working for Bentley, the car thing slowed down like literally like immediately.
Yeah.
Like it stopped. It just came to a halt, because going freelance as an automotive photographer is like that learning. It's not even really a learning curve. It's just like entering that industry is so hard. Because nobody really needs.
Nobody
needs
it's not really
pictures
an
of cars.
industry.
And unless you're doing marketing for a company or anything like that, there's no way to really like monetize pictures of cars.
Yeah.
I guess in a perfect world there would be, because in a perfect world I can make people decide like what they needed, but really nobody needs pictures of their cars taken. And people want it for sure, but they don't want to pay for it.
Right.
So in short, I got into it for cars, but I stayed in it because after you do something like this for so long and you really learn the ins and outs of it, it's hard to put it down after that. After you are able to create so many different things with so many different people, it's hard to just put it down.
It becomes a part of you.
Yeah, it definitely does. And so that's why I stayed. That's why I stayed in photography, is because it allowed me to just constantly create without, with little to no barriers to what I could do. I could just pick up my camera and say, boom, I'm going to go create.
Just go.
There it is.
Yeah.
So, what upcoming project are you most excited about?
I think I'm most excited about my next mural, which is Corsicana themed. And those of you that know me know, big fan of Corsicana. I think it'll be cool because it's gonna feature a lot of Corsicana's history, which I feel like a lot of people don't actually sit down and realize that Corsicana has as much cool history as it does.
It does.
And so it's gonna call out some of the really cool, like, famous people or persons, businesses, kind of, obviously gonna have an oil shout out.
Of course.
My family would disown me if it didn't. But it's gonna be cool, and it's not gonna be hidden in an alley like this past one was, which I kind of love that this one was hidden because
it's cool. You gotta find
it's a hidden gem. You gotta go find it. But this one will be actually across from that Dr. Pepper mural on the side of the diner. So driving down Beaton, you'll be able to see it, and it's gonna be pretty big. I think it's like 20 feet long.
Nice.
I think.
That's so cool that you're actually adding like physically to the town.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's pretty cool to just know that. I mean, hopefully these are there for a long time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of love and effort is going into them. But yeah, I'm most excited about that one.
Yeah, I hope so as well, because for one, they look amazing. They look amazing, and I hope that not only like just you, but I hope more people are able to add.
Same.
To downtown.
I would love for it to be. There's a town in Arkansas that they brought in like famous street artists, and because they're I guess the town's economy wasn't thriving or anything, and they brought in a bunch of street artists that are well known, and now it's kind of like a destination that people stop at, and they have a festival every year where they come in and paint more things. And I don't want Corsicana to be like that, but I would love for people that are from Corsicana or there's the 100 West building that they bring in artists that stay there and do these I don't know what the word is, stints. They like I don't know what they do, but it's really cool that artists want to come to Corsicana and just create. So if
almost like exhibits, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. And so if downtown Corsicana could turn into this just, I guess, giant street art museum type thing, I'd be here for that. That would be awesome.
We need it. We need it to be more lively downtown in Corsicana.
And they're doing a good job of fixing it up. Even though you've got all the businesses and stuff that they're bringing in and like renovating the buildings, and they're turning it around.
It definitely looks,
takes a little time.
Over the past few years, it definitely looks. You can see a physical difference in downtown. Yeah. And now I want people to start like feeling different when they go downtown. I guess I want people to go down and get the same feeling that somebody that's from here and that's proud to be from here gets as well. Yeah. I want other people that come through Corsicana to feel the same way that people that are from here feel, I guess. Yeah. At least like the good way that people feel that are from here.
No negative. I don't like the negativity.
I guess, I don't know, the most exciting thing I'm looking forward to is the automotive stuff I get to get back into. I have one coming up. It's honestly just a cool little, almost kind of like a B-roll-ish kind of video with a 7 Series BMW, which is cool. It's just going to be a fun little project where we capture the car from a bunch of different angles, have it moving, just really simple but really cool.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
No one said her name.
Nobody said her name. Just intrusive. If it was dark outside, I'd be scared. I'm making jokes because it's daytime, but if it was nighttime,
no one said her name.
I'd be out of here.
I was back there one time, and no one else was in the house but me, and I was in the back, and she started talking in here, saying like, "I'm sorry I didn't get that," and I was not about it.
See, that's why I can't have that kind of stuff in my house. I use my hands. Because Alexa and Siri, put them two together, they're going to take over the world one day.
But notice we said her name 2 or 3 times.
She didn't say nothing. But when we actually, okay, Alexa. But man, that's it. That's it right there, a little Q&A. And a little sidetrack on that one question. Yeah. We're talking about giraffes and whatnot.
Yeah, but that's what Q&As are about. That's
what they're about. This actually turned into more of a podcast now that I think about it, which was cool.
It did kind of turn into a podcast.
It did. It was cool. I could definitely. If we didn't have to do video, I would keep going because I don't want to have to edit 2 hours of video. But if it was just audio, I would definitely just keep talking. But yeah, man, this is cool.
Do we need to do like and that's PeopleInHD.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on noties. Turn on noties. I like that. That's my favorite YouTube phrase. Turn on those noties. Turn on those noties, man. I'm gonna be a YouTuber one day. One day I'm gonna be a real YouTuber.
If you do, you have to. Hey, this is Adrian.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Welcome back.
Episode 3, PeopleInHD. I think I'm gonna stop doing intros and outros.
Why?
Cause that is awkward.